I really don't think turtles have testicles.
What up, everybody, and welcome to the FB and Goop Show. I am FB.
I'm the goo. How's it going?
Well, we are sponsored by the Good Time Tavern of California. I am doing well, and turtles do not have testicles. I have a turtle. He has no
Fact.
testicles.
It's just fact.
Just a fact. I have a turtle. I have yet to see his testicles. Of course, he could
Right.
be a
And
he could be a she.
that's fair.
It's fair. Or he
Prove
could
it.
be, or they could be a lampshade. I do not know.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. Yeah.
It's hard to tell anymore. How's the
Now
Goop?
listen. Now listen. I'm good. I'm pumped to figure out, can Saquon win the MVP? Can anyone stop the Lions? Um, but I want to talk about if anyone has ever been in two fantasy football leagues and gotten 211 points exactly in both leagues. Comment down below, maybe your highest score of the year. Um,
I will comment down below with my lowest score of the year, which was 65 points.
right? And there's your bar. Can you go below 65 or above 211? If anyone's been to 300, please let us know. That'd be amazing. But I
You
think
know
we got
what?
to.
You know what? Fuck that. I want to talk about the Detroit Lions and the juggernaut they are.
Oh, I wore the jersey. Yeah.
I saw it, and it's well deserved. They are a team of destiny. This coach has got these guys on fire. Derek, I want to let you know we haven't left you out of this, and we think the Lions are awesome. We just have a hard time talking about them because we know that they're both going to beat our teams eventually. But
I did
wow.
pick I did pick the Lions, and Jake Bates did make 7 extra points the other day. So good job, Jake Bates.
And Jared
Apparently,
Goff, who was sitting on my bench for Russell Wilson, because, well, I thought that was the best move because the Ravens suck at pass protection
yeah.
or stopping the pass. Threw for 4 touchdowns and 42 fantasy points, which would have won me my game that I lost by 2 points, starting Russell Wilson with 6 points. Not
Oh
gonna talk about
man,
it that much, but hey, listen, shout out Detroit Lions and the juggernaut that you are.
I mean that's
Um,
100 points in 2 weeks, right?
Somebody
That's
has to beat the Lions and beat the Lions in a way that shows that they maybe aren't the juggernaut they are. And I haven't seen anybody do that yet. Now the Packers will face them on Thanksgiving. I don't know when the last time the Lions beat the Packers twice in a year. Maybe it was the Aaron Rodgers last year. It's possible.
fingers crossed this year.
Fingers crossed this year for you. Not for me. I'm hoping we make a little sadness in Detroit on Thanksgiving morning, but that is not the game that we play next, so I don't want to talk about that game. I would like to talk about the game that happened this week, though, which was a 10th in a row for Matt LaFleur, who is also 10-0 against the Chicago Bears.
Ah, yes. This one was a close one though. Used a little luck, a little trickery, a little
Well, this
misbehaving.
one was close, and as you should expect, every Bears and Packer game to be close, and let the Bears have just let us beat them up for the last 10 years. So that's the Bears' fault. This is what I should expect from a Bears game. It should be close, it should be nail biting, and it should be won by a block field goal by the Green Bay Packers every single time. Now, I say that only in jest because this time we won on a blocked field goal, which I didn't even think Caleb Williams would get him into field goal territory because I thought our defense was that good, yet not this week. But Rich Bisaccia, on the other hand, is a genius who on
the, spe- the
Saturday
special
said,
teams guy, right?
I will be shocked if we do not block one of these field goals because Mr. Santos's elevation is kind of flatlined and kind of goes, and I'm pretty sure I can teach you guys how to block a field goal. Now, it is totally illegal, and we should probably only use it if it's a last second field goal to win a football game, which the Packers executed with perfection as they put two on each side of the snapper, as they gently crushed the snapper, and within three jumped up in the air. And as he jumped, Lucas Van Ness gently pushed him on the bottom into the air and forward, which is all illegal, but yet there was no penalty flag thrown. The clock ended with the Packers winning the game. And yeah, what an amazing win by the Packers. What a wonderful game by Christian Watson, who has been kind of like overshadowed by Romeo Dobbs and Jaden Reed and Tucker Kraft as of late. But when it really mattered, played a huge game and made some really big catches. A diving catch where he got up and went for fucking 30 more. A contested catch that he came down with. Good game, 150 yards, touchdown. Josh Jacobs, 50th touchdown in the NFL. I think there's a chance that we could win next week, but let's not get there yet. I'm assuming you would like to talk about the Niners game this week.
Oh, whoa, yeah.
The floor is to you, my friend.
Yeah, talking to me.
I am.
Yeah, no, honestly, I was gonna talk more about like the Bears tripping over their own feet and allowing the Packers to win that game. So once again, yes, you own the Bears. They are your bitches. It wasn't. It was more interesting than I thought it was gonna be. But yes, on to the Niners, whom you play next week. The Niners are looking. Oh
Let's
man,
not talk about next week. Let's talk about this week.
I know. I was getting to it.
All right.
Yeah, no. This week was another one of our three very, very disappointing division fourth quarter collapses, which seems to be our main issue this year. To be honest with you,
Which
like
is the
honestly,
opposite of what it used to be, because usually you dominate everybody in the fourth quarter. Continue.
correct. No, no, you got me completely correct. And honestly, it starts with Trent Williams. He used to be dominant. His health and stamina, and no one thought he could ever slow down. And these days, maybe his PFF grade is decent, but he doesn't block two people, like one with each arm, like he used to, which causes a ripple effect down the line, which stops with Pooney, who's still playing good, but the rest
Shout
of the
out
line
Pooney.
kind of needs some help. Dominic Pooney is still not allowed to say. But yeah, no, the Niners gave it up again late. I mean, honestly, the game was weird. There was only like 7 possessions for each team. Penalties played a big part in us playing from behind the sticks. That did not help a lot. The Kittle blocking and Trent Williams not being 100%, that made a huge difference. Kittle might be the key. I mean, we get Kittle and Charvarius Ward back next week against you guys. So I think that's going to be monster. We'll
Hold
see
on,
if
hold on. Before
Bosa.
you talk about us, can I ask you a
We'll see
question?
if Bosa was not available on the last drive, which was huge against Seattle, and we'll see if he's back against you guys. Hopefully, good.
So, it's a real quick question before we discuss the Packer Niner game. Hypothetically, if you lose to the Packers, can you beat the Bills next week after that and get to the playoffs?
Of course.
Of course. Okay. With that being said, let's discuss just a little bit about next week's Packer Niner game.
Sure. It's all injury related, I think. I mean, who's playing? It's hard to even tell right now.
So
I'm not afraid of you getting to my
are you
quarterback.
now giving your are you starting with excuses? Is that what you're doing? Are you just are you
Yeah, exactly.
it's
Yep.
all injury
It's
related,
in Green
and
Bay. We don't travel very well.
I mean
No,
you're just okay, go with the excuses. I love it when you start with excuses.
sure. Kittle plays, we win. If not, that's my excuse.
If Kittle doesn't play, you don't win. I feel the same way about Tucker Kraft. If Tucker Kraft doesn't play, I get nervous the Packers might not win. You need that tight end that can block and then catch and stuff like that. I agree.
This monster.
It's monster. It really is.
Uh,
It is
the
monster.
spread, the spreads, you guys -2.5,
Us is -2.5.
which is weird. That means we'd be a 5-point favorite. So that's
Yeah.
interesting since we have a way worse record.
Yeah, well, you're such a better team.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I agree too.
Nice.
Unless Trent Williams isn't playing well and George Kittle doesn't play, then excuses galore for Niner fans.
Now, McCaffrey 4 touchdowns next week. Niners roll. It's all good.
Niners, you just kill us, right?
Yeah, of course.
Nice. You guys think you make the playoffs this year? Now that
Yes.
we're sitting in the middle of the year and the Cardinals you're winning your division at 6-5, that's why you can make the playoffs, right?
Yeah, we beat the Cardinals and the Rams next 2 games, and then we're leading the division all of a sudden.
Yeah,
And
right.
even if we
That's
lose to Buffalo, we could still make it. It's fine. We're thinking positive. It's
I
all
like how
gravy,
you
baby.
think positive. How you just can't see the obvious truth in front of you. You just think positive.
What that Purdy's only as average as Jordan Love is? Yeah, that's a tough one to swallow. So once you do it, I will too.
Not going to do it.
Not me neither.
I see Brett Favre and Jordan Love, and I see no contract extension for Brock Purdy. So,
Hoping we save that money, but who
yeah,
cares? Go,
yeah,
Brock.
I mean, I hope we all learn from the Dak Prescott and the Trevor Lawrence contract that there's not always gold at the end of $250 million.
This is true.
This is very true. Speaking of Cowboys, let's have a laugh session for the next
Ah.
5 to 10 minutes. I'm real glad they picked up Jonathan Mingo.
That was a huge success.
That was a huge help.
Hey, Brett Aubrey's the best kicker in the game.
Even though the penalties and he can't hit a 39. Oh, man. Now the
Right.
ceiling's falling off the building.
Oh, this Chrysler $8 billion
My
building can't even
God,
stay
what is
together.
going on in Cowboy land? That was fun.
I think we should do that once a week.
I
That was
think we
worth it.
should do that once a week. That inside, I feel better as a human being just laughing that way. I should find
All
more
right.
things to laugh at like that. I do. I feel like
Uh,
ah, thank
we
you,
can think of
Cowboys.
something every week.
Yeah, I will. We'll just find a reason to laugh at Jerry Jones and the Cowboys every week. I wanted to laugh at the Bears because I really think the Caleb Williams thing is a real big mistake. Drake May and Jaden Daniels and Bo Nix and all these other quarterbacks seem to be much better choices than, say, Caleb Williams. So I'm just wondering.
They all have a couple years on them, though. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but I don't
Bo Nix
remember
is
any of
30
those
years old.
guys running to their mommy to cry or painting their fingernails. This is pro football. I
I'm just
loved
saying.
Aaron Rodgers, but he was not fucking Tom Brady. And if he was fucking Tom Brady, we would have won 5 Super Bowls because Tom Brady wasn't Aaron Rodgers. So go Bo Nix.
That's fair. I mean, there's. Are we sticking in the AFC? Are we talking contenders? Because Eagles Commanders, that was kind of a game that
We
is
don't
going to
have to go to the
determine a
AFC
lot.
quite yet. I just enjoyed the Cowboys laugh thing so much. I thought we should find more to laugh at. Would you like to laugh at the
Wait,
Jaguars? They also
uh,
spent $250 million on their quarterback. That's good too, right? There's
I
nothing
like that.
changed for the
Yeah,
Jaguars. Only thing it
your boy
changed is
Trevor
that their
Lawrence,
quarterback
man,
got
your boy
$250 million.
Trevor Lawrence. I love when any of your boys go down in flames.
So,
Classic.
Vikings won again.
Shit, somehow.
My question to you now, with the Vikings winning now, and Sam Darnold obviously now being a Super Bowl contender quarterback, does JJ McCarthy become trade bait at any point in time?
No,
When I say this now because Darnold is 27, 28.
32.
No, he's not 32 years old. There's no fucking ways.
Hey, man, he's getting there.
No, He can't be more than he can't be 30 yet.
Split the difference. 28 and a half.
29 is fine with me. I'm telling you right now, if he takes them to the playoffs, can you bring JJ McCarthy into the fold and make him the starter next year?
Well, I'm pretty sure JJ McCarthy is having a second surgery or at least a surgery consultation. So no one's even going to know what this guy's even got for another year or so. So, I
So
mean,
bye
honestly,
to JJ McCarthy. Nice knowing you. Harbaugh was the reason you made it.
if you're Minnesota, you tell Sam Darnold that, maybe you give him another year extension,
If I'm Sam, I
or
want 5 years.
or you let him walk. Or maybe Sam signs with the Niners, Purdy signs with the Vikings because they have more cap room. It's all good.
Why would anybody sign Purdy? Because once Purdy leaves Shanahan, Purdy's garbage.
I'm just saying.
No, I'm just saying.
I don't have the checkbook, man. I'm not writing Purdy a check for $40 million a year. It's not happening.
I would
But
not write Purdy a check for
I'll
$40 million a
draft
year.
another
And since you're not
Mister.
willing to write him a check for $40 million a year, he's demanding $50 million a year.
Perfect.
Perfect.
That's fine. Yeah. No, I don't know how we're handling the quarterback situation. Trey Lance might come back for like $5 million a year and save the franchise.
Dallas was down by like 20 something, and Trey Lance still could not get on the field while Cooper Rush was getting sacked and his ass kicked. So I don't think anybody's putting
Maybe
any
maybe
stock.
Trey Lance is just hiding. Like, man, I am not going in there right now.
You think they were calling his number? They're like, Trey,
Yeah.
15.
He was in the injury tent. Just be like, shut up, doctor.
Yeah. Right here. It hurts right here. It's right here. It hurts. All right.
No,
Let's never talk about Trey Lance again. Ravens Steelers. Game of the week.
ooh, man, it was the battle of the week for sure. I mean, yeah, that was exactly a Tomlin versus Harbaugh kind of game, and it was field goals and field position and who's not going to make the mistakes. It was nice. I enjoyed it. Steelers came out on top. Home win for them. That's
Home win
always
for
a
them.
good thing for me and my Pittsburgh folks.
You got some of
Um,
this.
yeah, it's hard to explain. TJ Watt makes such a difference on every game. I'm giving him the win.
You giving TJ Watt the win?
Yeah, TJ Watt for the win.
Nice. I'm giving Lamar Jackson being Lamar Jackson. And on that 2 point conversion, just completely, what the hell are you doing?
He has
Stay
like that
back
weird,
in the pocket. Dude, what the hell are you doing, bro?
right? Got to give a shout out to our viewer McPeak, man. He called it. I was like, hey, what do you think? Steelers, Ravens. He was like, Lamar Jackson can't beat the Steelers, fool. That's
Fool.
not happening. And nah, I got the Ravens this week, but I was wrong. Steelers took care of business. Honestly, that late touchdown by the Ravens, you know,
Can um can Steelers can Steelers can Steelers make a Super Bowl bid? I mean, we're talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers, the history of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and throughout time they just show up in Super Bowls. Ben Roethlisberger didn't have to go to any of those Super Bowls. Tom Brady wasn't letting him to those Super Bowls.
right? They had Heinz Ward. It's
Steeler
not like,
lore. Is there a Steeler lore that they just get to a Super Bowl every 10 years?
well, I mean, there's definitely something to be said about the Steelers organization, as with most good organizations. You can never really count them out when they get stuff going. They get the players thinking the right way, which they normally do. Then yeah, it's tough. I think, which I told you earlier, the Steelers, I think, are in a weird spot where most of their future superstars, Pickens and Porter Jr., maybe a bit too immature, a little too young, a little bit too, raw, so to speak. I know they're getting great coaching in Pittsburgh, and then you get the opposite end, Russell Wilson. Is he going to make it to the playoffs? Is my question. Like, he's playing great, it's amazing, but I fear for his durability.
Well, could Tomlin come in here and sneak in Justin Fields for a couple games to give his
Can
durability
Justin
back close to
Fields
the end
win
of
the
the year?
Super Bowl? Yes, that's a weird
Could we have a
possibility.
Nick Foles situation where we
Yeah,
switch it up and everybody's like, who do we face for the next 4 games?
right.
Justin Fields.
I'd look into that Vegas bet right now. The odds of Justin Fields winning Super Bowl MVP.
Sure, right?
I'll take $10 on that
Or
right now.
60-yard touchdowns because Justin goes, opening hole. Bye, bitches.
Yeah, no doubt, no
I'm out
doubt.
here. I got one game to play, motherfucker. One.
Yeah, that would be sick. Yeah, like I said, I don't think they quite have it. I don't think it's the Russell plus the kids are going to work, but we'll see.
Russell plus the kids.
Yeah,
I like it. Chiefs Bills more interesting than Ravens Steelers.
I mean, maybe for the world. Uh, for me personally, it was not, of course, but yeah, I mean, it was weird. Like,
Wasn't for
my
me, if you're asking.
my fantasy football pool, 99% of the people in it picked the Bills to win this game. So, is it a shock? I'm going to say that it can't be a shock if all my idiot friends picked it. But you got to say that,
I was one of those fuckers that picked that game. You know that, right, asshole?
okay, absolutely.
Who won that thing, anyways?
That would be Derek, the 49er fan.
Tell Derek to go fuck himself.
All right.
Or Derek, if you're listening, go fuck yourself.
I'll tell him to like and subscribe and you check it out.
You can watch this ending part of the video.
Indeed.
Congratulations, Derek, to you for winning the Good Time Tavern football poll. Fuckhead. Yeah, all right, go ahead. But I mean, not a big deal, right? Beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. I gave the Bills this win because it was in Buffalo. Josh Allen is playing at a very high level. The rest of the team is gelling behind him, and it's not the playoffs.
Not the playoffs.
It's not the playoffs.
Yeah, Andy Reid probably ran 4 plays that whole game.
Just the same four. It was like
he showed Buffalo nothing.
It was remember the Titans.
Exactly.
Same 4 fucking plays over and over again.
Power left, power right. Fake
power left, power right. Dive. Fake tight end slant.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. He's running the same 5 plays over and over again. Yep. See you in the playoffs, bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn, he opened up a book on us on the playoffs. Kicked our asses. Yep. All right, so that's what we expect. That's what I expected. I expected the Bills to win because I thought the Chiefs don't care. They're going to go to the playoffs. They're going to win the division. If they lose to the Bills in the middle of the year and show them nothing, as you said,
yeah,
good for the Bills.
Worked out fine for Andy Reid.
Worked out fine for Andy Reid. Andy Reid went in there. He was eating a cheeseburger on the sideline, probably.
No doubt. Letting his kid run it from a Nintendo.
I'm undefeated. I'm 9-0.
Yep. No one's
I can
worried
afford
about
to
that.
lose one. And this one's to you, bitches.
All right. So those are the best. Well, supposedly the best 4 teams.
No, it's not the best 4 teams. Let's talk about the Bengals and the Chargers because the Chargers the best. The Chargers are the best. They're better than the Steelers and they're better than the fucking Ravens, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, they're running.
Prove me wrong.
It's hard to prove you wrong. I can read off stats and stuff, and they're like ahead of them in the standings.
Killed the Bengals.
Killed the Bengals, man. Went to overtime.
They were beating up the Bengals. Bengals got lucky to get to overtime, man. I watched that game.
All right. Well, I think the Bengals.
The Chargers were a better game, and if you put the other defensive end on the Chargers on the field, they would have killed the Bengals.
See, I don't know. I think the Bengals just took a minute to figure them out. I think the Bengals are the better team. I think Bengals end up in the playoffs.
They've only got 4 wins.
Yes, but they should have 9. They could have 9. That's all right. Listen, they're learning to win on the fly.
They haven't won. How can they learn to win on the fly? They got to win one to win on the fly.
If they just get rid of that Cameron Taylor-Britt guy playing cornerback, they'd have a way better chance. That guy's awful. Every time I see a touchdown, I see Taylor-Britt in the end zone going, ah.
Yeah. All right. So, I mean, other than the fact that the Broncos have come out of nowhere with Sean Payton and Bo Nix, who I think, and you totally disagree with me,
playing a last place schedule.
And you still don't think this kid can be offensive rookie of the year?
I think there's no chance he catches Jaden
Even
Daniels.
playing in a last place schedule, you still don't think? When I keep telling you, I think this kid has got a chance if he has a couple more 4 touchdown games and he does some more amazing and he continues to win. You don't think that this kid, if the Redskins fall a little bit, you don't think this kid can win? Okay. So let's listen. 4 wins. 4 wins. Dolphins, 4 wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Colts
They're in
got
the
Colts got 5 wins. You think
Colts got
any of
five.
those teams make the playoffs? You're telling me right now the you said the Bengals are a playoff team. Well, the
Yep.
Dolphins have the same amount of wins.
Yeah, I think so.
Can the
Yes.
Dolphins also make the playoffs?
The Dolphins can. Well, that's going to be a tough one.
Patriots are playing well.
Dolphins are going to need some help.
Well, the Bengals aren't going to need help. That's I'm
No,
just confused now
Bengals are
because
not
I'm
going to
talking
need
about
help.
four. They
Bengals
still
are
have
going
to
on a
play
run.
the Steelers and the Ravens and the well, even the Browns aren't going to like roll over
Oh yeah,
for them.
now I'm telling you, Bengals are definitely going on a run. They've shored up some of their line issues, some of their defensive tackle issues. I mean, they're still terrible on the outside. We know that. But I'm telling you, Joe Burrow and his stupid blonde locks, he gets one more haircut, and then the Bengals win like 6 in a row.
And you don't think Tua and all that talent in Miami can somehow get it rolling again as they were last year and put up 50 points a game with a defense that has improved and is in the top 7 or 8 with better cornerbacks. And
Sorry,
look at
man. You know two is gonna do it, and then as soon as everyone gets super excited, what's gonna happen?
he's going to get a concussion.
He's gonna get a concussion, man. So yeah, no, I like my
Okay, well
and
then
not
how
like
about the Colts sneaking in over both of them then with Anthony Richardson back and
oh man, fun
it
story.
well, he got benched for 2 games by Flacco. He's come back. He hasn't lost since.
Right.
We've all talked about this kid taking over and getting 5 or 6 or 7 games at a time where he could just dominate the league. Can he get 6 games to dominate the league and is running? I mean, at the beginning of the year, we all talk about this guy's fantasy gold, and 4 games in, we all talk about him not existing. And then he comes back and he hasn't lost a game. So since
Yeah.
you're going to give the Bengals the playoffs, I'm looking for other crappy teams that could make the playoffs.
Oh no, I don't believe the Colts are gonna do it. I mean, I like the kid's potential, but there's no way he's not NFL playoff ready. Not I mean, not in that division.
Well, I mean,
Not,
he doesn't
maybe
have
in the
anybody to
NFC
help him.
playoff.
I keep hearing Downs' name and I keep hearing Pittman's name, but I don't think that's enough to go to the playoffs.
Yeah, it's one of those years where all their stars, Pittman and Taylor and everyone, they're all kind of hurt anyway. And so anytime you get 90% of a football player, that means he's slower than everyone else on the football field all of a sudden.
That's
So
true.
I feel like it's a really tough year for the Colts in general. And yeah, Richardson's gonna have to eat some of the pain.
Okay.
But,
I like
so
it.
yeah, no Colts,
So no
no
Colts,
Dolphins.
no Dolphins, Bengals in the playoffs.
Bengals sneak in maybe over the Broncos. We'll see.
All right. Do you have any performers of the week in the
I do.
NFL? In the NFL.
I do have performed with the weekend NFL. All right, so you know me, I'm not a fan of streaming anything like fantasy wise, but this week in both my leagues, I had to pick up a Jonu Smith, who was a monster and led to my 211 points in both. Suck it. Sure, I like your
I
style.
also had a bid in for Jonah Smith this week in the CBS Sports League and the same league, and I did not get him. I got Will Disley.
Will Drizzly.
Will Drizzle,
He's dizzy. Will Dizzy.
who still put up 18 points for me, so I'm not going to be mad at Will Drizzly. but it was not Jonas Smith, which I would have won if I had gotten Jonas Smith. So
Sorry, buddy.
it's okay, pal.
There's no no harm, no foul in fantasy football.
There is no harm, no foul in fantasy football. It's just a game. So Jonas Smith, my performer of the week is of course Carl Brooks for blocking that field goal against the Chicago Bears
Suck it, Bears.
and making it 10-0 against the Bears, at least for Matt LaFleur. It's probably more. It's probably 14 or 13 or 12 or 15 and 0. I don't know. But thank you, Rich Bisacci, for coming up with the play. Carl Brooks, Van Ness for the push. I like that those are all my performers of the week.
Yeah, nice.
You looking forward to anything next week?
Well, I mean, we got a lot of 10-point spreads next week and not a lot of close games. Maybe Chargers, Ravens. And then
Chargers all the way.
And then, of course, the big daddy of them all, Niners in Green Bay.
The kids and I are going to have our jerseys on. We're going to have our tips and salsa.
We're going to have the good time.
Our virgin margaritas. We're going to be fucking. We're going to be partying in this house. It's going to be insane. Send me a video.
I'll send you a tavern thing, and then you send me a thing with your kids going, "Hi, I'm FP."
I'm going to send you the kids and I doing shots of Hennessy. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be wild. Dude, I'll go to jail.
I like it. Let's do that.
You know, it's going to be crazy. So
I'll get a bunch of like milk, and the people at the bar can drink milk.
I believe this will be the first of the turnaround of the Green Bay Packer victories against the San Francisco 49ers. Since this is Trent Williams last year.
Wait. We're Mork and Mindy? That doesn't make any sense. Just like with whatever you just said just now. I'm the Goob.
I'm Mork. Nanu, nanu.
Nanu, nanu.